I want to see you finally get lean. So you not only look your best, but most important, feel your best while living your life to the fullest, really thriving in all aspects of your life. And I'd love to see you achieve that goal by taking a simple and sustainable approach. That's going to require you to cut through a lot of the nonsense and the BS that's out there. What am I talking about? Well, I think you could pretty much watch a single V-Shred video and get a really good idea of the kind of nonsense that we're faced with. A lot of the people, the influencers that are trying to grab your attention, they're trying to stand out by throwing some weird tricks and really get you thinking, man, is this the reason why I'm struggling to lose fat? For example, one of his videos starts off by saying that having a banana for breakfast is the reason why you're struggling to lose fat. It spikes your insulin first thing in the morning. This was a discussion that we had in the Lose Fat, Get Jacked Inner Circle recently. One of the members was starting to weight train early in the morning. He didn't want to go in on an empty stomach, feels that in order to get a great workout where he sustains his energy throughout the weight training session, he needs a little bit of something, but he wants something that's easily digestible. So he's asking the other members and myself for some ideas. I suggested, of course, a banana could be one thing. It's easy to have in the morning. It's not going to sit in his stomach. It's going to have some energy that it will help him get through his weight training session. Another one would be like just toast with nut butter, toast with avocado. I mean, there's a lot of light options that you could use. You could just sip on a protein shake throughout your workout as well. So there's a lot of different light options that you could choose from. But his response afterwards was like he heard a lot of negative views on having a banana for breakfast because it's going to spike your insulin. Now, hearing that when I was struggling to lose 50 pounds of fat, I was having a banana for breakfast every single day. I could think to myself, you know what? I wonder if the banana is responsible for me struggling to lose fat. The thing is, it wasn't. My portion control was out of control. I was eating too much of all the foods I was consuming throughout the day. Even if it was whole, natural, nutrient-rich foods, I was just eating them in larger quantities than I needed in order to lose fat. I was also having a few craft beers after work at the end of the day, to unwind at the end of the day there. From a stressful day of work and all that stuff, I just needed to calm myself down. A few craft beers did the trick. Again, nothing wrong with craft beers. I still have them quite a bit. I'm going to have a couple tonight. But having them every single day, having a few craft beers every single day is going to make it difficult to lose fat. You could have one every single day if you really wanted to work that into your calorie target and still create a calorie deficit by having one craft beer a day. But having three, those calories alone you're gonna have to make some adjustments from everything else that you're eating through the day in order to accommodate that. Not to mention there's other aspects to consuming alcohol that can make it a little bit more difficult to lose fat. But when you're being responsible with it, I enjoy alcohol, but now I keep it to one or two, maybe once or twice a week. At the most, I'll have three on occasion, but I just prefer to keep it to no more than two just because I feel if I have more than that, I'm not going to be as productive the next day. So I'm paying attention to that. So again, it wasn't the banana. It could have been easy for me to say, well, the banana is the trick. Now imagine I eliminate the banana and I'm still struggling to lose fat. Well, it wasn't the banana. What the heck is going on here? And then I'm looking for another little weird trick. Rather than addressing the problem, that it's portion control. I'm just eating too much of everything, consuming too many calories. Cut back from 3 craft beers to 1 craft beer a day. Cut back some of my portion size of my foods and hit my calorie target, create a calorie deficit by doing so, keeping it simple. While losing that 50 pounds of fat, I had a banana every single day. I still have a banana every single day. Clearly not causing me to gain fat. Clearly made it easy for me to lose fat in the process of losing the 50 pounds of fat and every kind of mini cut or fat loss phase that I've gone through since then after going through muscle building phases. Bananas have been a part of my nutrition. So bananas is not the culprit, but it's very easy when you hear something like that and you look at your diet, it's very easy to say, well, maybe that is the thing. It's not. You got to address the other issues at hand here and really look at the other things that you're consuming that can contribute to you consuming more calories than you're actually burning throughout the day there in order to achieve your fat loss goal. Another thing they mentioned is eggs are good, but you got to get these pasteurized eggs. And again, like when I switched to farm fresh eggs from my friend's local farm, it didn't have an impact on my fat loss or anything along those lines. Are they better for me? I would say yes. I think it's great seeing that the hens that I'm getting my eggs from, the chickens that I'm getting my eggs from, I can see them running around. They're loved for, they're cared for. They're not pumped full of antibiotics. They're living a good life, and they're pumping out some great eggs that taste amazing. The taste is definitely different. The color is different. So yeah, I think they're better for me overall, but they're not going to have, like, switching from store-bought eggs to farm fresh eggs didn't have any kind of impact on my fat loss. Looking at cardio is another thing they bring up in the video. Oh, cardio is a big mistake if you're trying to burn fat. And I get it. I get it when it comes to that. Because a lot of people, when they start a fat loss plan, cardio is likely one of the first things that are on their mind. Like, I got to do some cardio in order to lose fat. You don't have to do cardio to lose fat. And the way I look at it is I do cardio for improving my cardiovascular conditioning, my circulatory health. It's a part of my lifestyle. I go for a jog 3 times per week. It does burn calories. It's going to burn more calories, that 30-minute cardio session, than what I burn in a 45-minute to 60-minute weight training session. But I don't look at it in that sense. It's going to contribute to the overall calorie burn, which is a good thing. But it's, again, I'm doing it for the heart health benefits, the circulatory health benefits, and the calorie burn allows me to either, it helps me create a calorie deficit, or it allows me to eat a little bit more. Same thing with my weight training. Yeah, it burns calories that are going to contribute to my calorie deficit, which is, or it's going to allow me to eat a little bit more and eat at maintenance level calories there. But again, the weight training session, I'm not doing the weight training in order to burn calories. I'm doing it to build muscle, strengthen my bones, like improve my strength. It's going to help serve me. Strength and muscle are like 2 of our greatest assets as we're aging, as well as our heart health and our circulatory health. So incorporating those into our lifestyle are going to have many positive benefits, in addition to burning some calories, which can help with the whole fat loss process there. Now, again, to keep things simple, we received a comment the other day, like, time is, I mean, it can be a limited commodity for a lot of people. Hearing it from one of the subscribers to the channel, all he has time for is 3 weight training sessions a week. I mean, if that's all you have time for, fantastic. You roll with that. Don't stress over having to do anything else. In order to lose fat, I should be doing cardio. I should be doing weight training. I should be working in some mobility stuff here and there. Like, you don't need to do any of that. There's, again, as I mentioned in a recent video, one of the subscribers has lost 20 pounds recently he just started walking again, and eliminated chips, cut back on chips, which was the culprit that he realized in his nutrition that was holding him back from losing fat. So just cutting out the chips and getting out for a walk, boom, lost 20 pounds. Simple. It's simple. So don't overcomplicate the process. What I recommend you do is to start with a simple approach, is to look at your current nutrition plan, like your current way of eating, your current diet. I think a lot of us, when we look at the big picture there, we know where we can cut back. We know where we're consuming a little bit more. We know there's a certain food that we have every day that's higher in calories. Maybe you don't need to have that Frappuccino that's 800 calories or whatever. There's usually something that, if I cut back on this, that alone is going to have a positive impact on my fat loss. Maybe you think you're eating well overall, and it's just the portion sizes that need to be reduced. And I hear it all the time from a lot of new clients who come in. They're like, Scott, I don't understand. I'm eating super healthy, but I can't lose weight. And then I'm like, all right, well, are you aware of the calories that are in your food? And you don't necessarily have to track your calories every single day in order to be calorie aware. So just being aware of, like, some of the common foods that you're eating on a consistent basis can have a big impact. And light bulb moments, a big example of that would be some people who come to me like, eat super healthy. I'm like, look at their diet and they're like, okay, you're having nuts. How many cashews are you having? I have about 3 or 4 handfuls of cashews every day. They're great for me. Or maybe it's walnuts or another healthy nut that's out there. And I'm like, well, you realize, like, if you tally that up, that's 900 calories that you're consuming. Yes, it's healthy for you, great nutrients and they're great for your body, but man, like that's like half your daily calories from just a few handfuls of nuts that really don't satiate you. They don't fill up your stomach. So being calorie aware is key. It does help, like for some people, tracking your calorie intake for a week gives you that education, that it's eye-opening to see how many calories you're consuming, and it gives you an idea of, all right, where can I cut back on that? You don't have to track your calories. You can just take what you're eating right now, reduce the portion sizes, or eliminate some of the stuff that you know aren't serving you best right now. You're just been eating it or drinking it out of habit at this point. You're like, I'd be fine without it. Maybe just using it every once in a while as a treat whenever I desire it, but I don't have to have it every single day. Those little things are going to pay huge dividends. So keep it simple by just working with your own natural eating tendencies and making slight improvements to those. You don't have to completely overhaul your diet. You don't have to follow any weird, crazy trick or anything, or eliminate certain food groups or eliminate certain foods altogether. Like, just take what you're eating right now, focus on managing your portion sizes, reducing how often you're consuming some foods that may be higher in calories that you don't necessarily need every day, and focus on activities that you love. There's no activity that you have to do. So don't feel like you need to do cardio. Don't feel like you need to jog just because I'm jogging. Maybe jogging feels awful on your knees, your hips, your ankles. Maybe it just doesn't feel good to you, but you enjoy getting on a bike. You enjoy using the rowing machine at the gym. You enjoy an aerobics class of some kind. Just moving your body in ways that you enjoy. I think it's great to incorporate resistance training into your lifestyle. It doesn't have to look like my weight training program. You don't have to do yoga like I do. You don't have to be doing hand balancing poses, handstands, and crows and all that kind of stuff. I just started dancing. You don't have to dance. I'm just finding fun ways to move my body that challenge me in different ways and that I look forward to. I'm just designing my lifestyle in a way that allows me to thrive and enjoy every single moment. Again, I tried yoga years ago. It wasn't for me. I love it now. So you may not like something right now. It doesn't mean that you won't like it down the road. Keep things simple, keep things fun. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't get caught up in the nonsense. Be honest with yourself. Take some personal responsibility. Again, I could have in the past, when I was trying to lose 50 pounds of fat, thought, bananas. That's it. That's the thing that was holding me back. No, Scott, personal responsibility. You're eating way more than you should be. Yes, it's mostly good foods, but you're eating way too much of it. Come on, man. Like, snap out of it, reduce the portion sizes. You're full all the time. You don't need to feel full all the time. Eat to that point of satisfaction. Push the plate away, and you're good. Yes, you want to unwind at the end of the day. You don't need 3 craft beers to unwind at the end of the day. You don't even need a beer to unwind at the end of the day. It's become a habit for you. What can you do to make improvements upon that? First step, maybe cutting 3 down to 2, 2 down to 1. Next step, all right, rather than having it every day, let's cut it down to 6 days a week, 5 days a week, down to twice a week now. Like, doing it only when, like, you kind of like you want to have a little drink here and there. You're socializing with some friends, have a drink or two if you want to in those moments. So it's making those gradual improvements, recognizing that I myself am still making these gradual improvements, recognizing triggers that cause me to overeat in the past. Those triggers are still there and sometimes they get me, but I know each time that I kind of cave into that trigger, it's better and better than it was the last time because I learned from those experiences. And when I went through those experiences, learning why it happened, and then thinking to myself, well, how can I improve the next time so it's less severe than it was the previous time? So it just keeps getting better and better. It's never necessarily perfect, but you're just always making some improvements that are going to allow you to sustain this lifestyle, not backslide at any time. So that's really, I know it's very appealing to, in the beginning when you're trying to lose fat, you want to see that scale jump. You want to see that progress right away. Because it's motivating, it's inspiring. So maybe I should do a juice fast or a cleanse or something like that. That's not sustainable. You're better off right out of the gates taking a sustainable approach that's going to allow you to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week consistently over time without having to dramatically overhaul your lifestyle. I think that is the key to keeping things simple and sustainable over the long term.